Hello, it's Druidsfire, and we're here to talk about Lost Eidolons, Veil of the Witch. Let's check out their official reveal trailer, and then we'll talk about the game and show you some screenshots. I played this at PAX East 2024. Had a lot of fun. It's not really my genre of game, but I think I was able to pick up enough to continue playing. And definitely, if I had more time, I think I would have gotten into it quite a lot. But let's go check out the trailer. Alright, let's talk about this and check it out. So, basically, what Lost Eidolons is, and I must be clear that we're talking about the Veil of the Witch version, is not a direct sequel to the original Lost Eidolons. It is sort of there's a bit of a story in the first game, and we wanted to explore it, but we wanted to keep a lot of the same elements of the gameplay, but maybe lean into them. And that's really what I got out of this. Both games are developed and published by Ocean Drive Studio. The original Lost Eidolons is already out. The new one, Veil of the Witch, is currently release date TBA, to be announced. And what this game is I was basically comparing some, because I hadn't really played the old game before. I was comparing what things like the old one looked like and what the new one looked like in terms of gameplay. The gameplay is a lot very similar, but basically they're focusing more on the actual fighting and a little bit less on the cinematic side commentary, the lore. And in this game, basically you're a soldier who's resurrected and given a task is like, well, do you want to stay dead or do you want to go fight for me? And you choose to go fight for your benefactor, and then you learn the story along the way. But one of the things I did notice between the old one and the new one is that there's definitely a lot more focus on simply getting to the fight, and a lot less on watching these big cinematic moments where your character is doing in some direct combat. Like, there weren't too many close-ups on the combat. I mean, there were some, but nowhere near as much as there was in the previous iteration. And then you can also see some of the art style is more or less the same, but again, some of it's also a little bit different. They are both grid-based strategy games, and this one kind of leans in more to that. And this one, the Fallen Brawler, is basically they were exploring the notion of zombies in the world of Lost Eidolons, and then also trying to figure out what do the Lost Eidolons actually do, or what are they there for. So basically you're building up your people to explore that sort of story, but this basically was an alternate path of something they wanted to also include in the original game, but they just didn't have time to do it. So they had the side project going on, and they kind of shelved it for a bit, and then they brought it back and decided to continue with it. Again, this was not really this is not the sort of game that I would normally play a lot, but I actually found that it's a very deep game. And for somebody who is a fan of this sort of genre, and they were very careful in their blog, their development blog, about not using the term roguelike or roguelite too much, because they didn't want to they didn't want players to have like a preconceived notion of what that actually meant. But it's still a game where you can like buy things to upgrade your people. You can, there's skill trees, as you can see, where you can then work toward getting new unlocks, and then you can customize your gameplay to what you prefer. And you have like your party people, and there's a whole, as you can see, there's a whole crew of people that you can put into your party, but you can't take everybody with you. I mean, you start alone, and then you start gathering people, and then eventually you're going to get more people gathered into your overall group than you have room for in your party, and then you have to start picking and choosing based on what's coming next. It's like, okay, well, I'm going to go into this one particular fight, and I'm going to need this person because they have these skills, or I need this person because I, built up these other skills. So there's definitely a lot to this game, and I think there's a lot that people can do to enhance their gameplay and decide exactly how they want to play. One thing I'm noticing on here that this game is only localized in 2 languages, English and Korean, which is a little bit unusual. Most of the games I've been previewing this season for PAX East was, they have like a multiple pile of languages, but this one just has the 2. So I thought that was a little bit interesting. It is visible on Steam, and looking at their website, it actually directs you to their Steam page. So there's actually a nice blog on oceandrive.studio from last year, 2023, in October, that tells the story of how this game came to be. I'm going to link it in the video, in the box down below, so you can check it out if you like, because it actually gives you a lot of that history of where this game came about and how is it different from the original game. Because I mean, I can see some screenshots from the previous game, and a lot of the like graphics of your toolbar at the bottom is very basic compared to the current game. And so there's obviously been a lot of updating of the graphics and of the UI. And I thought that was really good as well. But in general, this game is about fighting and building up your characters and, casting fireball occasionally. And so, yeah, if this is something that your style of gameplay, then I would definitely recommend it. It's a solid game. It's got a lot of polish on it. And, yeah. Let's see what else we can talk about. Basically, it says you're on a remote island besieged by the dead. And you're a shipwrecked traveler plagued by lost memories. And so somebody's the Veil of the Witch is the person who sends you, you're kind of either living or dead, we don't know which, and then you have a choice, and then, the witch is the one who sends you on to fight for your thing. So that's a lot of fun. So definitely check it out, and if you like this kind of video, do toss a subscribe to the channel, and you'll get these videos in your feed going forward. Thank you for watching, and have a great rest of your day.